So one of the biggest things that we've been talking about over the past 6 months is MJF and his contract status with AEW. We heard rumors and reports going around that he had quietly signed a contract extension for multiple years. But in a recent interview, MJF says that he actually has not signed a contract extension with AEW. He also mentioned, I believe in this interview or another interview, that him and Cody are still very much good friends. Cody even said that he expects to see MJF in WWE one day. But I kind of want to know, from your opinion, what's going on. Is MJF going to be re-signing with AEW in 2024, or do you think he's going to weigh his options?
Truthfully speaking, I view MJF as being a very business-minded individual. I think we said this last week, but he's been in front of the camera since he's a kid. I feel like, that being said, since he's been in meeting rooms and it's not his first time signing a contract, I feel like he wants to be on the best of terms with everybody because no one could view you differently. Like everyone else that pretty much went back to WWE that was formerly in AEW, they have like a bad taste in their mouth because it feels like, oh my gosh, they betrayed us. Except for Jade, because Jade left on phenomenal terms. I think that that's what MJF would love to do, ideally. Just give him everything possibly by him. I mean Tony, give him possibly everything he wanted out of him and lifting up his company. But I mean, he is quite literally, besides people like Swerve, one of the biggest fish in their ponds. Like I feel like he's almost outgrowing AEW, and he has this amazing sports entertainment like feel that does deserve a bigger stage with bigger names. And he definitely doesn't hide the fact that he likes WWE. He follows some of the superstars. I mean, he was found in public with them last week when we were discussing it. So I totally think that he's going to WWE, but do I want to say right now? I personally don't think so. I feel like he probably might want to ride it out just a little bit longer in AEW before going to WWE. Because he's young too. If I'm not mistaken, him and I are about the same age. So he could afford to wait, which is the great part of like skyrocketing into stardom at such a young age. Like you really could do what you want, long as like you choose your cards right. So I'm gonna say he's going to go, but maybe next term. What do you think?
To be honest, I'm kind of torn. However, I will say that I don't think that it's completely out of reason to think that he would go to AEW. I mean, go to WWE in 2024. And the reason why I say that is this. If we're currently looking at MJF's career, he's currently, and I don't think that it is his peak, or I don't think that this is like his highest point in his career he'll ever be. But right now, his value is super duper high, right? He's been in the Iron Claw. He's the current AEW World Heavyweight Champion. He's at the top of his game. He's arguably the face of AEW. And he's been kind of given the torch by Kenny Omega, as we saw in that match on Collision. With that being said, the value is high on MJF, which means that the bag is going to be even higher. Regardless of where he goes, he's going to be offered a really, really big bag. And I feel like if I'm MJF, I'm looking at what's best for business, right? Obviously, I don't want to do bad business by anybody, but we all know that WWE can offer a really, really big bag to whomever they deem worthy of it. And I also believe that it's not completely out of reason for MJF to go over there while the stock is high, because the pitch from WWE is going to be very, very clear. Like, you've done a lot by yourself. You've done a lot in AEW. You've been in movies. You've been on TV. But imagine you with our machine behind you, how many more movies you can be in, how many more television shows you can be in. MJF has made it very, very clear. He's going to get his coin. He's going to get his bag. But in my opinion, I just think that don't count him going to WWE out right now just yet. Just based on what we've seen thus far. But That's all that I have to say about that. But let us know in the comments how you feel. Do you believe that MJF is headed to WWE in 2024? Leave a comment below. But we're moving on to Mo's favorite women's wrestler,